Abraham, I wanted to talk about time and right time, good timing. The contrast I experience is usually in relationship to time, like there's not enough time or I'm tense about time, and how to use time most productively. If I notice I'm intense about time, to have it focus me, or what's the way to shift from tense or out of the vortex because there's a lack of time or the perceived lack of time into...
When you're feeling this in a strong way, what it usually means, and we'll talk specifically with you about some things, but what it usually means is that you are relying more upon your action than is really a good idea. It's like not engaging the helpers of the universe, and so you're sort of a little bit out on the raw and ragged edge, trying to make too much happen with your action. The words that we have said through the years are, there's just not enough time to compensate for the lack of alignment. Now, that's too strong of a statement for you, because you are often in alignment. But sometimes, like everyone, Esther does it too, sometimes you'll jump into action first because it was your first awareness of how you get things done, and you're just now coming into awareness that there is a leverage in alignment that you're not always getting to first. And so whenever you feel shortage of anything, it always means that you haven't taken the time to get into alignment, but you are moving forward anyway. And it is also a conversation that we have with people who are highly productive. It's usually people who have a long list of things to do, many responsibilities that they're wanting to accomplish, because you've been after it for a while. And we are not going to ask you to stop being after it, because it feels good to be and it is your nature, but we are asking you to do a little more aligning first. Recently we said to our physical friends, we would like you to do, in terms of action, about 20% less than you're accustomed to doing, and increase your meditation time or your soothing of yourself time, or of your doing things that feel good to you time, by that 20%. Flip that just a little bit and watch the benefit that it brings back to you. It seems counterintuitive, because it seems like if there are X number of hours in a day and there are this many actions that I can do, then if I stay after it, I will accomplish more. But it just doesn't work out that way, because the universe will yield to you timing within your time if you take the time for alignment. Time is perceptual. It isn't this static moving of the tick, tick, tick of the clock and calendar in the way that you think it is. It is perceptual. So you can get into this vibrational alignment with that broader perspective. Esther has been having fun with watching the difference in the way set periods of time feel. People have said, in a flawed way, many times, that time flies when you're having fun. Well, that isn't actually what's happening. It's that when you are fully engaged with the fullness of who you are, so that you're deciphering more incrementally the components of your moment, it gives you more awareness and more perception per second or per moment, and it makes time actually stretch. So let's just say, let it be your mantra for a little while, time expands through my complete alignment. Time expands. And it's accurate to say time is expanding, but it's even more accurate to say I'm perceiving more of the details within the expanded time. It's even more accurate to say, in this expanded time, I have more opportunity for more detail within it. And what you'll begin to notice, it's like you hear people talk about how something happened and the whole world sort of went into slow motion for just a little bit. Well, it doesn't go into slow motion. It goes into effective motion. It's the timing factor of time that we want you to allow yourself the benefit of engaging in.
Because I want that, and sometimes I have the feeling of going through a whole day and being in this space outside of time, or when I travel, like I just know I just get relaxed, and even if it's a 24 hours to travel to the other side of the planet, it's like I can move really effortlessly, like don't stress about it.
But think about why that is. Because in that travel, you're giving yourself permission to behave differently. And you are more in your head. You're more in your thoughts. You are less in your action.
Yeah.
You are more in your alignment. You are more in your vibration. You are more in your contemplation.
Yeah, and I think I'm giving up. I'm like just surrendering to
what?
To anything that occurs. Anything, if there's a delay, I'm not.
But say it more powerfully. I'm surrendering to the timing of the universe. I'm surrendering to my vortexual agenda. I'm surrendering to my concierge in the sky. I'm surrendering to my perfect timing. I'm surrendering to my greater effectiveness. I'm surrendering to my more inspired words. I'm surrendering to my more inspired behavior, which results in better timing. In other words, you're more free-flowing. You're more productive under those conditions of less activity than you are under the conditions of more activity. And a perfect blend of that makes for a perfect life. We like to say, get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, know that you are, and then follow any inspired thought. But most people say, I'll just do what I have to do. And Esther used to say to Jerry, I don't have time to meditate. And he would mumble as he went away, you don't have time not to meditate. Please meditate. Because once you meditate and come back into alignment, everything starts yielding to you in a more productive fashion.